Hey everybody, welcome to this V1 English lesson practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension at a speed. So today I'm going to talk about the beach. This is a subject that most people like because most people like the beach. But I would say that I'm actually in the small minority of people that don't really love the beach. I say that I sometimes like to go to the beach, but honestly, I prefer other type of tourism. But I get back to that later. Let's talk about the cool beach activity that you can do. First of all, there are a ton of cool sports that you can play in the sand like volleyball, soccer, football. I've got to say that even though I'm not all crazy about the beach volleyball is one of the famous I love the most. There's just something about moving and diving around in the sand that I really like. That and I'm very tall. I have an advantage in being able to spike the ball over the net, which is pretty fun. Soccer and football can also be fun to play on the beach, but for me, I think I prefer to play those sports on normal grass. It's just easier to move around, it's flat, and you can play on a bigger field. So, besides sport, of course, one of all the things that people do on the sand is sunbath. Now this is something that I could never do in a million years, but I burn super easy. If you put me out of the sun for a few hours, I would come back looking a bright tomato, no joke. I'm sure some of you might say something similar. Some of you get a nice tan where you sun in the sun, and some of us burn badly. I remember one of my old time worst sunburn was I went to pretty long right by wearing a silk blazer. It was kind of cloudy outside, so I didn't think I needed sunscreen. But both was what I were wrong. My arms were peeling for a long time after that day. Okay, so back to the beach. Let's talk about some of the different water activity now. Growing up, I did some budget boarding, which I actually find pretty fun. It just doesn't look as cool as surfing. If you have never been bungee boarding before, is when you have a rectangular board and you lie down on it. And when a big worm comes, it pushes you in the shore. It's pretty fun. I actually been thinking about learning to surf recently because I have a few different students who were surfers and they take a lot to me about it and made it sound pretty cool. So maybe I might try it, but I don't think it's that good at it. Besides surfing and bodyboarding, there are also some other more exotic looking activity like sky surfing and windsurfing, and some boat activity like jet skiing or sailing. I have been sailing before, but on the bay, not in the ocean. Is sailing something that would be cool to get into, but it takes a lot of practice, training, and dedication, and so I don't think I'd never go that route. Alright, I so mentioned earlier that I'm not a big guy and married for two reasons. First is the sun. I burn easily, and I second that if I have free time, I prefer to go on a place like the mountain, the forest, the countryside, even the desert. So it's not that I don't like reading books, it's just that all the nature plays better. But beside that fact, I live close to the beach for most of my life, and I know I'm lucky for that. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for my listen.